So it's Christmas time, and you're probably telling your kid all about Santa Claus and the elves, and you're a lying fucking hypocrite that your kid will abandon you in your later years. Let's see how I got there. This is how I got there. When your kid realizes that Santa Claus isn't real, they are going to realize they can't trust you. It is the moment that they will learn some of the most worst lessons they will ever learn in their life. And most of the things you probably feel isn't acceptable in society, you just taught your kid to do it. This is how. You taught your kid to lie. You taught your kid they can't trust you. You taught your kid that it's okay to gaslight someone, and that it's okay to disrespect someone. And you're also going to turn around, and when they start doing it to you because you've done it to them their whole childhood, you're going to tell them it's wrong. So now you're teaching them that a relationship is only one way and should only benefit one person, and only one person should be respected out of that relationship. So then you're setting your child up to be in abusive relationships or to abuse others in their adult years. All because you wanted to give them the magical experience of Santa Claus. Not respecting them as individuals, not caring that you're creating a double standard, not caring about the psychological harm when they realize that the people that are supposed to love them, that they're supposed to trust, that's supposed to protect them in this world, the very people that are supposed to safeguard them, cannot be trusted. So then when they become teenagers, and the judgment center of their brain is not fully developed, they're going to go off and ask their peers for advice, whose also their brains are not fully developed. You're going to give them bad advice instead of coming to you, because you done taught them that you do not respect them as a human being. You do not trust them. You don't think that they can handle the truth, and that it's okay to lie to other people and to gaslight other people. And what's going to end up happening is that when you're a senior and your mind starts to slip and your brain starts to not work so well, they're going to be like, you know what? Mom and dad can't handle the truth. They can't handle reality because they've got Alzheimer's, or they're starting to get Alzheimer's. So then they're going to start gaslighting you, making you question your reality a little more, which is going to make you act a little bit more crazy because you're trying to figure out what the hell's going on, because the people you're supposed to be trusting, which is your children, are now lying to you. And so then you're going to be feeling like you're going crazy. And so then they're going to go to the courts and they're going to get a judgment against you, and they're going to have you declared incompetent. And then you don't lost all control of your life in your senior years because you thought it was great to teach your kid about Santa Claus. But what you're really teaching them is that it's okay to disrespect someone. It's okay to gaslight them. It's okay to not tell someone the truth if you don't think they can handle it. It's okay to not be the person that is supposed to be their safeguard in the world. All because you thought they needed to have some wonderful magical experience when they were a kid, but not realizing that you can create that even without lying to your kid about Santa Claus or Easter Bunny or Tooth Fairy or any of those things. See, I didn't do that with my kids. Me and my wife didn't do that. But yet, whenever they lost a tooth, it was still a great experience for them because they still got the money. We still did the whole under the pillow thing. Christmas, we still did Christmas stockings and the Christmas tree and presents and Christmas dinner and Christmas breakfast, and the very act of doing those things with your children that is not an everyday thing makes it special, makes it magical, makes it memories that are going to last their entire lifetime. And we accomplished it without ever lying to our kids. And so my daughters at 14 and 12 know that when me or their mother tell them something, that to the best of our knowledge, it is truth. And yes, parents are wrong sometimes, and they know that they could potentially be right. They just have to prove us with logic and reason. And it's okay to do so. But they know that we will not intentionally lie to them or mislead them. They know that they can trust us with their most deepest concerns and fears and worries in life and in this world, because we respected them as individuals since day one. The story of Santa Claus, in its own right, the way that it is done, is psychologically damaging to any child. It is going to create lifelong psychological problems and perpetuate things in our world that we say as a society is wrong, like lying, gaslighting people, disrespecting people. Well, we say those things are wrong. So why are you going to do it to your kid and teach them that it's okay to do it to other people throughout their life? It's insanity. And at some point, someone has to say the insanity needs to stop. And that you need to grow up and start trusting that your kids are going to be able to understand. Your kids are smart. Kids are so freaking smart. You don't need to lie to them in order to make something feel special. You just have to make it be special without creating all these negative things into our society and into your child's life, which is going to negatively harm you and your kid's relationship for your entire life. Because when they get older and they get in their teen years, young adult years, and then their older adult years, they're going to say, I don't need mom and dad. I can't trust them anyway. I don't need them around. Because the relationship with my mother or father is one way. You taught them it's one way because all the things you said not to do, you did. So next time you have a kid, or for those of you that haven't had a kid yet, I ask you to consider all these things before you go lying to your kid. Or maybe it's time to come clean with your kids sooner than later and set them down and be like, I was wrong. And acknowledge that you were wrong in gaslighting them and lying to them and disrespecting them. Maybe you could mitigate some of the damage and it's not too late. But if you keep it going until they figure it out on their own, the damage is going to be way worse. At some point, humanity needs to grow up. And this idea of Santa Claus and lying to people and disrespecting your children is acting like a kid yourself, and you're supposed to be the mature adult. You want your kids to respect you, respect them. And that starts by never lying to them and letting them know what the truth of the world is in an age-appropriate way.